Black culture, bro, it just permeates. It's so influential. You gotta wonder about that.
Dude, there's a new. I gotta show you this new band I'm into, and they're an Illuminati band called.
Illuminati.
They're called Audrine de Poutrine.
What?
Bro,
Yeah, as I'm saying, I thought it was supposed to be secret.
well, no, hold on.
We're all talking about it now.
Watch you. Wait till you see this band. You're gonna lose your mind. They do this. They do this before every they make the audience do this before they start. And
What is this?
Bro, wait till you see this
It's
band.
beautiful. It's some anime shit.
Bro, wait till you see their outfits. You're gonna lose your mind. Hold on.
It's brilliant.
What's it called?
Audrine de Poutrine. But
I
yeah,
wish I had the balls to do some shit like this.
I don't know how to spell that. Audrine the Poutine?
Poutrine. Okay, that's just get close. Yeah, there you go.
Poutrine. What is this?
No,
Eastern Europe?
day. So a day. So D-E did do D-E D. So no, Audrine de Poutrine.
Oh, dear. Like
Yeah.
French.
Oh yeah. That's definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hey, now I like that.
No. Keep going down.
Oh no. Okay. Damn. Shit.
No. So Audrine. So it's
For her to see Audrey. God damn.
There you go.
Hey.
Go down.
Quebec music.
Keep going down. Wait till you see. Just pull up a video. You're gonna lose your mind. Just wait to see what they look like. Watch.
Oh my god.
Why?
I'm looking at me here. What am I
Bro,
looking
they're
at
so
here?
good.
It's so good. It's so bad. It's so good, huh?
That's some little.
Oh, look at, he's got the double guitar.
Look
Look
at-
back in the 80s.
No, they're so good.
I
dude.
thought that was obsolete. I thought we don't do that no more.
Oh, yeah. Like
What are we
ZZ
looking at
Top.
here? This is straight up anime
Look,
shit.
there he goes.
What is this? What are they doing with their hands? That's a gang sign, bro. That's straight up gang signs, man. No, you can't do that. Why isn't YouTube flagging that shit, bro?
Bro, this band is so good.
If I threw up 91st Street Pyru, probably have a problem.
I need the fire roofs.
But this motherfucker's able to do that shit. What the?
How did this land in your algorithm? What are you researching?
Under your brain. Bro, I mean,
What is this? What did you Google to find it?
You know, I'm always into like some forward thinking shit.
This is some tripped out shit, man. Look at this
is,
motherfucker's
I
drum.
mean, they are good. Like,
It's just the two of them, huh?
Or just
and it's impressive they can do it in those costumes.
and they don't
Right?
Yeah, and nobody knows what they look like.
See, here's what you got to wonder is they're talented, but they took it a step further with this costume shit. Why?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's kind of like a Daft Punk vibe.
Yeah, but all their talent alone, they probably could have got through.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But why this as well? That's some schizophrenia shit.
bro, that's amazing.
All right.
There was some lithium or something.
back to it.
That's some crazy shit.
Welcome, Monty. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right.
You all right? We're live right now.
Oh shit! Are we live?
Are you guys announcing it? I'm not.
okay.
You're not.
No.
Oh.
No. You know what? And I'm not gonna keep like just doing that decorum shit. And people say, "How you doing?" I'm okay. No, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy right now, bro.
What's happening?
What do you mean? What's happening? Why are you asking me this question?
You just said it's crazy. That's usually
The punch was
followed up
crazy,
by an
man.
explanation of
And I'm worried about what's going on. I
You-
really
like,
am.
politically.
Yes, come on, man. Why are we playing games, bro?
Do you
This
feel like-
this is not okay? Let's cut the shit.
Yeah.
All right, we could probably back in the 80s or 90s be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about with the political shit, because you really had to be dialed in if you really wanted. But
Yeah.
these days, 2026, there's some serious shit going on,
100%.
and if you're not tuned in, I don't know what the fuck's your problem.
Yeah.
Okay, if you care about this country and care about your future, you got to understand what's going on. So to ask that question, what do you mean what's going on? What do you mean how you doing? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Let's cut the shit. We are in a crazy situation.
Is it a crisis?
I would say so. I would say we're here. I
Mhm.
would say we're there before it gets really crazy.
Civil War.
Oh, God damn. You know, I remember probably about 5 years ago, I had a really good tax return. Really good tax return.
Right.
And I had some extra money. And I told myself, do I want to buy the new PS whatever, 5, 6, 7?
Right.
Or do I want to buy the new Xbox and upgrade? Or do I need to buy myself a gun and get ready?
Which hey,
You know what I got?
Killer Mike says, listen, he thinks that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me finish. Which one did I buy?
About a gun?
I bought a gun.
Okay.
Okay? I'm worried.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be worried
How
about my
about PS5?
fellow American.
Yeah.
My fellow Americans did nothing to me, and I've done nothing to them. I know we're dealing with some shit that happened long ago, and it needs to be addressed, but I have no reason to hate my neighbor.
Yeah.
And I don't want to kill my neighbor.
Can I give you my perspective?
Let's do it.
Most people don't give a fuck. Most people do not care. Like when I studied slavery and 12 years of slave and what happened in that situation where a person was abducted and forced into slavery.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
You saw the movie, right? After that, he toured the country to talk about his experience, talking to other Caucasian and non-Caucasian people about it, because they were just interested in the story. They just wanted to know what happened. How did you get abducted? How did you get out?
How the hell that happened, dude? Like,
No,
where you were, you should have been.
They didn't say things like, "Well, I need to get down to my court right now and go pass a law."
Right.
You know, no.
Who wants to do that? I got to be at work tomorrow. Who
Yeah.
wants to do
Yeah.
that? Who wants to get involved?
So historically, people will fight over resources and things like that. But if it's not directly affecting them like that, they're just watching. People are just so your neighbor is not a threat to you unless you have something that they feel like they need to take from you.
Yeah, but that's my Arab mom says the same thing. She's like, I'm like, what? I don't have nothing to hide. I have things to hide, man. I don't want people, like it's like it's like the whole privacy thing. It's like you're getting to a point where you're watching every single person. Like she looked at my Instagram thing. I don't know if I told you. She's like, your Instagram say a DJ, comedian, a father, and futurist. What is a futurist?
Yeah, with the futurist.
A futurist.
Futurist.
Oh, futurist.
And I said, she goes, what is a futurist? I'm like, well, okay, I can imagine things that will happen. And I said, she goes, like what? I'm like, well, like these Waymo cars and these, these driverless cars that you get into. I mean, 5, 6 years, whatever, you can get into it. It's gonna scan your ID and go, you have a warrant.
Yeah.
Lock.
Right.
Lock.
You're on your way to the precinct.
You talking about like a Minority Report?
Right. It is the Minority Report. I was going to say that when he was done.
No. So this is the thing. And then when I said it, she laughed. She goes, "Oh, you did too many drugs." I'm like, no, Mom. This is. Then here's the thing. The guy who wrote, by the way, my favorite author, Philip K. Dick, wrote Blade Runner, wrote Minority Report, Running Man.
Yeah.
He wrote all a Scanner Darkly.
AI.
AI.
Well, that's Spielberg.
And by the way, he wrote it in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Right. How about Carter? John Carter.
Oh, John Carter.
That guy wrote that way back in the day.
Yeah.
How the hell did he write
And
that?
it flopped, which is crazy.
It did. I don't know why. It was a good story.
All I can say.
It didn't get as. I loved the movie.
I thought it was good.
They just didn't. I don't know. It was Disney.
But no, I do believe that we are moving towards the era to where we're not driving anymore. That's going to be taken from us. We're going to have vehicles to where we would tell them our destination, what time we need to be there, and they're going to tell us, okay, you need to get up and get in the car, and we need to transport you to your job. I think because, think about it. It will eliminate a lot of, every day there's a fatality on the road somewhere in the United States. It would eliminate all that.
Right.
It is the Minority Report. I think we are moving towards that. It's actually because it's crazy. I'm an author. I'm writing a book and I call it Drivers. Because I think generations from now, we're gonna forget the how we are able to drive.
Yeah.
Think about what we're doing when we're driving on the freeway. We are at a high speed, and we are able to do all these things in an instant. Understand where the traffic is, move at a high rate of speed, here, there, anticipate what's going on up there, see the red light, slow down. That's a skill.
Yeah.
I think AI is going to take that from us.
Now, here's the problem. If you have teenage kids, if you try to give them a stick shift, by the way, stick shift would eliminate the phone.
It would.
On it.
You're right. It absolutely would. There's too much going on. You got to downshift. You got to shift.
100%. I think if you want, I think manual.
Right.
Manual,
but it's all a dying art. It's all a dying thing.
But that's the point.
It's gonna almost like the Concorde. I don't know how we regressed on that technology. We were able to fly to here to Europe in like 2 hours, and they just abolished that or just got rid of that whole technology with the Concorde.
Tomato farmers.
We were supposed to move forward with that.
Remember in Star Trek when before he became captain, or he's trying to test to get into Academy, he's riding the Kirk's riding the motorcycle, gets pulled over.
Yep.
So I like to reference that because also I think in that Will Smith movie, he starts riding it manually.
Yeah, it was the velocity was too fast for him.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at with my story.
So there is a tactile feeling that I think we have for like force and speed and things like that.
But it is all relative, man.
That's fine.
It's relative, and I don't need it. No one needs it. If it's going to save, I don't know how many people die from casualties of like automobiles
Every day.
But like if it eliminates that, then hey, you can't drive yourself.
That's right. But think about the skill we're losing though, and the multiple things we're doing at once. The human brain's able to keep up with.
I'll give you an example of something I came up with like 10 years ago, and I wanted to go to Uber about it.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? You should be able to, at least because of your driver's license, go up to a Waymo or an Uber, and if you blow,
that's good. No. You should be
get
in
in
there.
Scan and blow. Have a little blow thing.
Yeah.
Blow, and if you're above the legal limit, they should be able to give you and to have a tax write-off.
Okay, I love it.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, I was pitching that, and I'm like, and they're like, and no company like wrote me back about it. I was like,
I love that.
Yo, that's brilliant.
No, it is brilliant. Like, here's a system where we could save, millions of lives from drunk drivers.
From drivers,
And by the way, you know who should be behind this? An NFL and the fucking NBA. Right? Right? And the
Especially,
NBA,
especially them.
So people could take free rides.
Right.
Yeah.
To protect their players.
All the
all
entertainment industry and all that should be-
Right.
And they're losing fucking billions right now.
Why hasn't nobody thought of that?
Concerts.
Well, that's why they're losing out to all these EDM fucking shows, because let me tell you something. As a DJ, I'm telling you, bars, like sporting events are losing 50% alcohol sales. And when I talked to my niece about it, I'm like, you're generous because we drink. I'm like, retail? You retail drink? $20 a $20 in beer?
Yeah.
Nobody retails drink. They can't afford, listen.
Can't afford it.
Yeah.
If Budweiser and if they don't sell that kind of alcohol at these shows, that nobody's drinking anymore.
Nobody's drinking. It means too much. I always thought pizza joints they're losing money. What if I were to call into bars knowing I'm inebriated, knowing I'm beyond the limit? What if they had a service to where they connected with the Ubers or whatnot, but you got like a 2 pizza minimum? You call into bars, I need 2 pizzas on my spot, blah, 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 and I know I can't drive to get there. We'll send you a drive. We'll send you an Uber. And plus, it's a 2 pizza minimum. Fine. So there's food waiting for you, and they're going to give you a drive. I thought that was brilliant. Why wait somebody to do that?
Not just that. They should be able to walk up to the freaking light rail if you're drunk.
Same thing. Yeah.
Either pay for it.
You don't even have to blow. Like, just say, hey, I'm right.
I've had too much.
But you should have and they're like, people abuse it. Okay, well,
Get on.
let them abuse it then.
Yeah.
I mean, have you been on that thing? It's like the Gestapo. They're out there every 2 minutes checking in. By the way, only people of color, if you're wearing a ratty shirt, they're just like, let me see your ticket. Well, get off me, man. Like, like it's just public transportation. Like,
wow.
What stops us from getting this innovation done? Like,
Right.
Don't you remember as like children we would think like
all these great ideas.
we're supposed to well maybe not jetpacks but just a little bit more like the jet streams. Right.
We do have jetpacks.
I know we got them.
It's happening. And let me tell you something. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I stopped riding motorcycles. But dude, have you seen the Chinese motorcycles?
Now let's look it up.
What, there's Suzuki's? The
Oh, Chinese.
There's something new, huh?
Have you seen Chinese electric cars?
Who's getting on motorcycles in our age? I'm not doing no more.
CF Moto. Yeah,
Used to
Chinese
be a
motorcycle.
day, and them days are over.
Whatever. Just look up Chinese motorcycle. I can put them in my cart on Amazon, son. Look.
Oh.
They're like $3,000. They're so.
Put them together your semi.
They come fully.
They're ready to go, huh?
They have this thing where they send you the parts and you put it
Cheap
together
and
yourself.
Chinese.
Bro, they come in.
Cheap and Chinese.
You could throw it in your cart on Amazon. It'll be shipped to your house. No, like it's.
Wow.
For $3,000. Huh? Not bad.
Look at the prices. Look at the prices.
You know what? That's two-wheel death. You know, if you don't know what you're doing,
Oh wow,
You gotta kill yourself.
$1,329.
Keep going. Keep going. Look at.
$1,000.
you know, and that's totally doable for me right now. But I would kill myself if I get on that damn thing. You know, I don't know what I'm doing.
So that leads me to what you were talking about.
Doing.
You were talking about. I mean, look at $4,000 for that
Wow.
CC right there.
New
the red one.
Dragon. Yeah.
What's your point with all this?
Point is, like, they already have flying cars in China, right? The problem is that they're hugely regulated. There's a girl named Itchy Boots who like travels to different countries on her motorcycle. And then when she was in China, which is crazy, she couldn't get gas because you have to have your ID, a Chinese ID. And so she had to ride with someone else in order to get gas at various places, right?
Yeah.
So with all this talk about aviation and the Concorde, right? We're talking about third dimensions, right?
Mhm.
Right? We're in the 2D right now. How are we going to navigate around 3D?
Well, you can go up or you can go down. You can go into the earth,
No.
right? Tunnels.
The hell are we talking about?
Elon's boring. You can go. You
Yeah,
can go.
He dropped that whole thing. He's not.
I mean, in concept though, you can build a tunnel. There are tunnels.
We're just all over the place right now.
Yeah, which will just be focused on just zipping you there 200 miles an hour.
That's
Yeah.
Total Recall 2 or 2.0.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff comes from those movies.
We have the technology, you
We
believe?
already have it.
We have it, yeah.
Yeah. It goes from Nevada
Yeah.
to LA, and it goes from DC to I believe Virginia.
That's the party bus?
Oh no, it's
No,
a
it's a
an
speed
intelligence-
train.
High speed, yeah, it's a high speed.
How do y'all know these things? I don't know.
Look up DUMS.
Yeah.
Who knows to look up DUMS? What is DUMS?
DUMS, Deep Underground Military.
Holy shit, how do you know these acronyms? Fuck, dude.
All this shit.
I'm over here watching, Dragon Ball Super and shit.
Showed you the Illuminati jamming out, bro.
The Illuminati, if the Illuminati knew that they were now exposed, they would change themselves from the Illuminati.
No, they know they not. Listen, I just talked about this guy, Casey. What's the name? Wasserman, right? Can you show him who's?
Jeez, it's too much. I can't process it all.
Show him.
All right, let's blow your mind. real
It's
quick.
not the time. I don't want it. No.
Which one do you want to show him?
Show him Casey.
Casey Wasserman.
Who is this person? Why do I care?
Okay.
I'm gonna show you.
Epstein files, right?
Okay.
Show him who's on his roster. Kendrick, Drake, Chappell Roan. Go down. Yeah.
So he's in the Epstein files about
This
4,000
person. Yeah.
4,000 times.
Delane said,
Okay.
I miss, and this is, by the way, it's after the conviction, said, I miss you very much. How can I see you again?
Yeah.
All this other stuff, right? There you go. Here you go.
Yeah. So, just a robust roster of people there that he represents. And apparently he had to sell his group,
Yeah.
his sports.
The sports one. Why? Because he's going to gain a bunch of new, bunch of new clients because he's in charge of the Olympics still.
Okay.
2028.
Oh, shit. May I ask something, please? Is that okay with you two gentlemen?
We're trying to
Is that
figure it
okay?
out. So we got to ask
That's fine.
questions.
May I ask you two gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a mechanic.
Yes.
Why the fuck do I care about this shit? And
Well-
why does it matter
Well-
in my... Let me finish, please.
Yeah.
Can I just get it out?
All right.
Before you interject? Why does it matter to me as the everyday Joe Schmo? I work for a corporation. I'm a mechanic. Why do I want to go in depth as to what these people in this higher tax bracket of finance and business? Why the fuck do I care? How's that gonna benefit me to know this information in my world, my little world? I am not a high-end businessman. I'm not gonna be making those high-end moves.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna give any kind of thought
Yeah.
to what they're doing? Why do I care?
Right.
Because it's really not gonna affect my
You see a connection from what I said
middle
earlier?
class.
Remember we said it
My middle class life.
Right.
Unless I try to pursue something more so. If I try to get political or whatever, I'm now in this genre or their arena.
Yes.
Why do I care as the common man?
because we talked about this right before this. Remember, we talked about the concept of we and us and how does it affect me,
Right.
right? And this is the problem: is that we've gotten to a place where how does everything just affect me in my pocket, and not what affects us as a society, right? Like I said, you see a homeless person and someone who's on drugs, you're like, well, how does that affect me? Well, it does. It affects all of us, right?
And I'm empathetic to that.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, with these people on these files and what they're doing is that it does affect you because you have to understand that, you know, whether you can see the basically cause and effect, right? Someone pays Trump, and next thing you know, they get a Bitcoin, right? They're deregulated, right? Especially with these people, like they are above the law. Like, I mean, all of us have to be law-abiding citizens, like,
Right?
You know, right? And if you have a subset of, and this, by the way, this doesn't just go to the Epstein files. This goes to the disclosure thing too, right? If you've got these black budget projects, you're using your tax dollars, right, on projects that clearly are using trillions of dollars on something like 0 Point Energy, that should be brought to the public.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're talking about 0 Point Energy, then we're talking about these groups. Can we focus on one thing so I can process one thing?
Can I bring it in from my perspective here?
Yeah.
So to bring it back to where we first started, if I tell you that someone's abducting people and putting them into slavery, that might sound like a conspiracy to you. Right. So it has to,
in this day and age,
it has, but if that person's on tour telling people about it and has wrote a book and you read their book and they're talking about it now,
right?
Because there are victims.
Okay.
There are people that are saying, hey, I went to this place and I seen some shit, and you know, people of power were able to do this. Do you follow what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Like if someone can what's the word? Like if someone can impose their will on another person using money or influence or power or whatever like that, then why are we not checking those things?
Correct.
You know, like where is the American dream at, right? Like if I come to America, oh, there's a possibility that I can get captured and put into slavery, or that I can be put into a sex ring. Like, what is the American dream here? And if these things are happening, why isn't anyone upholding the law?
Right. Where's the ACL? Yeah, where's the ACL?
So you as a common person, what you just said, like, well, why would I get? And I told you, most people don't give.
No, you're right. But again,
it's not that we don't give a fuck.
No, but he brought up a good point.
Yeah.
This whole gun thing, right? But I was a member of the NRA way back, right? My dad, we had guns, right? We come from a country where you're not allowed to have guns, right?
Yeah.
Where's that?
The Middle East.
Okay.
So by the way,
that narrows it down.
Yeah. So when I tell you, we emigrated through Iran from Iraq. You know, Armenians. Like I've seen all of this. I mean, this is a cycle repeating itself. But the point is, like I came from countries where they were easy to conquer because the people didn't have guns.
They didn't have any guns.
Come in there,
right? That's one of the beauties of America.
Right.
Second Amendment.
But here's what's crazy to me is that with these ICE raids, like they had the guy they took down and said, oh, he brought a gun to the protest. You're not allowed to bring a gun to the protest.
Who said that?
Did they not say Kash Patel?
No, you're right. I understand. Yeah.
Right. But the point is, where were these guys on January 6th standing up going, hey?
Yeah, no, I get that. We all get that.
These are things that affect all Americans, right? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
And when these guys, when they brought in troops to these cities, where were these militia guys that were like jackbooted thugs walking through my city? Remember these guys that were like, I don't want.
Well, this is Minneapolis. I'm not sure if they were in the hood in Minneapolis.
But again, all these guys that were ACLU and guys that were like for America, and they were like, hey, I don't want to see, I don't want to see troops in my city. That's when the jackbooted thugs are coming for your children, right?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to get confirmation from the black guy? I don't know what you're talking about because I know if you went through like the Piru, Crip territory with that in that part of Compton, you might get that response. But in Minneapolis, where they were, no, you're not going to see the Crips and Bloods coming out and being like, you know what, y'all not coming through the hood. Or the barrio. Let me finish, my man. God damn, calm down. This is a dialogue. We all got to interject. We all got to contribute.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you're saying. This is a neighborhood in Minneapolis. It wasn't like, you know, thugged out or wasn't like gang infested. So you're not going to get that response. But if that were to happen, those guys probably would show up because they're just that crazy. But we're all over the place with what we're talking about right now.
You know, you're making my point. Let me explain. Yeah, I'm glad he brought this up.
Well, let's pause because I want this is what I want to do. So we have some structure here. You pose the question. You know, what are we all over the place? Or what are we answering? What's the question?
Yeah, what is
specifically?
Yeah,
and then I want to have you respond
I
to that.
respond to what he just said about the Pyrus.
Okay. So let's set that up then.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back.
And you can bring it back?
Okay,
Okay. Start with that then.
Okay, go. I'm glad you brought up the Compton and the Pyrus, and this will help bring it all back to center, right? You're like, how do these files affect me and why? This is great because Ricky Ross, right? Or Freeway Ricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
When
No, are we talking about Rick Ross or Ricky Ross?
No. The real Freeway Rick.
Forgive me for not knowing what you guys are talking about all the time. I think I'm, every other American. I don't know what we're talking about.
Are you familiar with the real Freeway Rick
now,
Ross?
these are things that we found out now. We found out that there was an airport called Mena Airport in Arkansas, right? And you can look this up. Look up Mena Airport.
It's too much stuff to look up.
No. This affects you because Mena Airport was this airport in Arkansas, and Bill Clinton was the governor at the time, right? And Reagan had Bush, he had Bush Sr. working for the CIA at the time, and they were trying to fund the Iran-Contras.
Reagan was trying to have Bush Sr.,
Right.
his vice president,
Right.
work for some kind of covert Contra situation.
Correct.
Where was that Oliver North situation?
Correct.
Yes,
You're right.
yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And-
Yeah, I'm a child of the 80s. I remember that.
Yes.
And so what did we find out later? We found out that they were taking guns through Mena Airport and bringing back. So when people in the hood would say the CIA brought cocaine into the hood,
Right.
people said it was a
Snowfall.
right. Well, I mean,
The same thing, yeah. Well, at least season 1.
but the point is, like, that was just a rumor or an urban myth.
Yeah.
But we found out later that the CIA did bring.
It's true.
It was true.
Right. So when you're saying how do these files affect me every day, they do because things like this are true. Like there is some level of truth.
Yes,
Right.
I agree. So what's that got to do with if ICE were to come into the most hooded up area of Compton, you wouldn't have a response?
So
They didn't do that. They went into Minneapolis, into
I would
a
pose the
nice
question.
neighborhood, or
LA.
they didn't go into the hardcore areas to where brothers got that kind of
Because they're
that kind of hardware as well. And here's another thing I've always wanted to bring up, if you don't mind me just saying that. All of these school shootings we've had over the years, going on 20 years back to Columbine. I can remember going to junior high and in Compton, in Carson, California, Long Beach. And then going over to my friend's house, and these were some of the most hardcore brothers you ever want to know. I mean, ganged out to the core, and they had all kind of hardware, but nobody ever shot up the school. They had access to that kind of gear, that kind of hardware, but nobody, not even crazy Uncle Ray, shot up my school,
yeah.
ever shot up my high school.
right because
Just as crazy, out of their minds, walking around with, a loincloth and talking about they're the second coming of Jesus Christ, and there's a Uzi in the next room, but they never shot up my school. So I'm just saying, in the hood, you had crazy too, and you had firepower like you have today, but nobody ever shot up
right not at the
the urban schools.
Not the-
So what does that say about one ethnic group to the other as far as shooting up and killing folks? Even though I got access to that same kind of gear and weaponry, and I'm just, I clinically have mental medical issues, but I have no inclination to go and shoot up a junior high or a high school or just start killing up my neighborhood. That didn't happen in the ghetto, not even in the ghetto.
Yeah.
But that happens more and more
So that's
as we see
Can I
So
answer it?
when we're talking about violence and whatnot, and people doing crazy things in America, and what we're seeing in America, and the way things are going,
Yeah.
it's not certain communities that are the aggressors. We have to look at
aggressors.
as far as killing folks and wanting to get violent. It's not the black
They
community.
don't shoot up schools in the south side of Chicago either, but
They
you know,
sure don't.
You're right, but
But the murder
rate is high.
is very high
because
still.
they're doing it outside of the school. Like it's not really, you know what I mean?
The murder rate in the what? In the black community?
The murder rate of young black males is still pretty high.
In the population of what?
Yeah.
20-30% of the United States? 14%?
I don't know the per capita, but I do know that you're more likely to be killed by someone that looks like you, like in your community.
Same for the white
Right.
community, I'm assuming.
Same for every community.
Right. So then why do we focus on the black?
Well, I think that you're dealing with
If you got all the
different
school
social-
shootings and these people don't look like the black community.
I think you're dealing with different socioeconomic issues,
Right.
and then you're also dealing with environmental issues.
It's all mental.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So to your question, why aren't these federal agents in these hot zones where they know there is higher criminality?
Criminality.
Because they're going to these areas where there's no crime. Like you're more likely to find what you're looking for as far as an immigrant doing crime in these hot zones, but that's not where they are.
No, they're
Right?
in like middle.
They're in the suburbs. They're in
suburbs. Right,
right
from
by
what I'm
the city.
seeing, those
Right.
two things, those two incidents that happened, those were upper middle class. A nurse from our VA hospital. I don't know what about the woman. Good. I don't know her occupation, but these are like upper middle class. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty of socioeconomic status of communities, go down in the hood. That's where they are. And if you want to see some opposition to what you're looking for, but they don't do that. They seem to go to these communities to where it's not like that at all. You're not going to find that element. So what does that say about that organization?
Well, if you clean that up, then you're going to be changing your prison pipeline situation.
Yeah, exactly.
your prison.
Yeah,
pipeline
everything is systemic.
Prison pipeline.
It's
He's
like
right, he's right.
yeah, it's like a big economic game of doctor. The hip bones connect to that bone and that
and that
all the way
means
down.
what? What are you getting at?
I'm getting at they're not going to fuck up the money. So if they can still drop off drugs and guns in the hood that is not taxed, but still have a prison pipeline that they're running through, and we can pull in X amount of
100%.
So then let's go harass the upper middle class, suburban.
There's their hypocrisy.
how much do you feel of it is performative though? That's my question.
People
Like,
died over it, over this performance. Is that what you're saying?
oh, people die all the time. over
You're right, but
performance.
publicly
Yeah.
and horrifically, we saw it almost like a George Floyd situation. We saw it twice.
No, you go back to the 70s on
You're
college.
absolutely right. You're absolutely. We've seen it time and time.
Yeah, but here's the hypocrisy for people, for them to say that we want to get rid of criminals, right? And go, okay, that's great. Okay. So why can't a person who's committed a felony leave the country?
Right. Let's make
I
some
mean,
Australias.
Listen, when I tell people about a passport, I'm like, bro, that's not so you can stay in this country. That's so you can
Get
leave.
out, right?
Get them out of here.
Don't we gotta want that?
No, and that's where they brainwash you.
Yeah,
like
but we want you to pay for your
some
crime.
guy, an interview with some guy that was on the street in Skid Row, and he's like, hey, you're from Colombia. Are you better off here? And he's like, no, I'd like to go back to Colombia. 100%. Like nobody wants to come here anymore. And by the way, other countries, Japan, most of Europe, are depopulating. They're like, send us over your criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you, like you said, taking money out of the jail. Like, okay, fine. If someone wants to leave this country, let them go.
Yeah.
But that it's those fences are to keep you in and not like keep people out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the whole mentality of like, well, how they brainwash people into thinking, oh yeah, we have it so great, like.
Mhm.
If you remember, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if you put a VPN on your computer and watch like a different like YouTube or something,
Yeah.
you'll see things are very much controlled here of what they want you to see.
Yeah, but
You know,
I mean, who wants to do that? I don't want to do that no more.
it's what you have to do in order.
Why?
to
Why? Like I was getting ready to say. I can remember back in the '80s. Love Boat, Fantasy Island. Happy Days. We weren't really thinking that much politically. We were just going on about our days and our lives, and we're just. Isn't that what government is supposed to do for the population? Just live your life. We'll take care of the other stuff, and we're supposed to trust
No.
our government to let us live our lives. And to progress our lives. Yes, I know you both keep saying no, but that is what government is supposed to do.
You may as well.
We'll take care of the streets and the libraries and the parks and the street lights.
You know what?
You live your life.
Monty
That
Python.
is what
You remember
government
Monty
is
Python when they're
supposed to
arguing
do.
over what a government
It's
is.
sad. No, we should not be this involved as any everyday citizen in this country about all the politics. We should trust in the elected officials to do what's best for the populace in the majority. And then that will alleviate us to live our lives to the fullest and our creativity and our to the best of our talents. And that will elevate a population. It's almost like you can't have fear in the school.
Romans did that. You know how they did it?
In what way? What are we talking about as far as
Getting to like a leisurely culture where you can just sit around and study.
No.
arts
I'm
and
not
all
saying
shit.
it's not that. Like I'm saying, even with the school, you cannot have an element of danger at a school because that's all you're thinking about. In a school, it has to be free of danger so that the mind can open up to and be receptive of the data you're receiving. And then your mind opens up to creative stuff. That's the same with the population of the country. We can't be worried about governments trying to fuck us up the ass. Okay? We got to be ensured the fact that they're doing what's best for the population so that we can do our best as citizens.
So Monty,
No, I disagree because talk to the people in Michigan who had their water poisoned.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying that's what government's supposed to be.
Well, no, I understand it, but you have to get away from government as some entity. We are the government. Like it's like when you talk to when you see people working. And my dad worked for the state department. You know, like you see people working in intelligence. It's not like some random. These are normal. These are people's moms and dads, right? These are they are us,
They're
right?
and
You mean the elected official?
I was
everybody
I
is.
told you last time I was thinking about running for in my district, you know.
Mhm.
But point is, I went to school for this. I mean, like I want to be involved in civics. Like that's the whole point. People should be involved in civics. They should understand like how laws work, right? And so that
The everyday person, or what are you talking about?
yes, everybody they
Yeah.
should understand. You know, like the three branches of government and how we.
That takes a degree of intelligence and discipline to want to know how it
that
works.
was normal.
So-
that we taught civics in high school. and
You're exactly
school.
right. But how many people, if you go on the street and ask right now, what are the three branches of government? Could they answer that question?
Well, again, this is the
they don't care to know.
If they watch I'm Just a Bill
They
video
don't care to know.
from the
It depends on the gender and the age. They don't care to know.
You know, it's 'cause-
Most dudes want to know who's Call of Duty. I don't give a fuck. In their 18 to 23, 24 year, they don't give a shit about government. Women in that same demographic, they're caring about their vanity, their beauty, and what's going out, who's going out.
Well, hold on, Monty.
artists.
You cut him off. Let him finish.
No, it's all right.
Remember
But
that.
it goes back to where we started, which is
Yeah.
how does this affect me?
Exactly.
Right. But
How do you-
but these things do affect you. See, that's the understanding that like it. Like you have to get beyond like what affects me and my wall. I know a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to because now they've really
How to get them to care?
well again you've got they're about to care because I think that this was the last election anyone the Kamala like Trump thing. I think that's the last election anyone's ever gonna fucking sit there and watch. They know it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Like if Thomas Massey ran today, I would campaign for him all the way, right? The point is, like, I don't think that people believe anyone's horse shit anymore. I mean, you
But
know,
then you can't trust anyone.
right? So you have to get in there and get your hands dirty. It's like people. There's two things people don't like being made, and that's sausages and laws, right? You know, like you don't want to see how they're, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're dirty, dirty fucking business.
It's a dirty business. Lobbyists.
I just want to eat that fucking thing. I don't want to have name.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
But like I remember telling you I was living in Oakland and I was talking to these Black Panthers and they educated me to so much shit because there were these signs that said keep Oakland black.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, because it was being gentrified.
Mhm.
And then he explained to me that like why they had Black Panthers had to go into the schools and feed
Yeah. So,
kids.
yeah.
And he explained to me that like the port of Oakland is one of the richest in the country because of all the
Port of Oakland.
because
Right.
of all the shipping containers,
Yes.
right?
All the commerce.
And so he was saying, why do we need to feed our kids when you have the richest port, you know, in the country? And so, and some
They're
of
not
them,
relevant.
right. And so I didn't realize that, like, oh yeah, this is why these organizations started, and like we're fighting like the basic government services,
Yeah.
like in schools, like they should have had lunch. They're like, you know what, we'll go in and we'll feed our kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like, I was teaching for a while. I did high school, middle school, which is the Lord's work, which I'd never fucking do again. But
Yeah.
they should be incorporating, like, you need to get these fucking kids off their fucking phones, or you need to figure out a way that they can be educated using their fucking phones, or limit their screen time. I mean, it's going to be like smoking. Like, now you can't smoke indoors.
Yeah.
Near hospitals. Same thing. That we're going to realize that these phones are fucking up our kids, fucking up little girls' body images of themselves, and
So many things going on with this.
yeah. I mean, it's just like,
You got to have discernment, like you just said with the tobacco. You have to have the discernment and the discipline to step away from it and walk away. And it's almost like survival of the fittest.
Right.
It's no longer like being in the forest. You have to worry about the apex predators. It's about self-discipline. If you can't self-discipline yourself, it's survival of the fittest. Then you're gonna fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
And those that can will elevate.
Yeah, but these are kids that you're going up against, guys that program fucking gambling machines.
You're right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's no winning. I mean, these guys are really good at what they do.
Almost like Lucifer in the in paradise. You're gonna unleash a being that understands the nature of man into two creatures that have no idea what's going on, and then you manipulate them.
And that's why, Monty, the conspiracies you have to give consideration to.
Correct.
Because you might not be affected personally, but you do have to have an understanding that there is a game being played in which you're part of, and you don't have necessarily the position to impose what you feel would be the best outcome for everyone.
How do I know what conspiracy to latch onto and to focus on and to give my energy to when there are so many out there?
Exactly.
How do I know which one am I supposed to be outraged about that affects me and affects what's going on in the future, in the near future, whatever my future? How am I supposed to know when there's so many out there? Plus, I have a 9-to-5. Still got to pay rent. Still got to pay utilities. Right. I still want to get out there and try to find a partner. I still want to get out there and live my life and be happy. I want to go on vacation, and I have to decipher these conspiracy theories as well as to understand what's going on in my country and me as a citizen. My God! And then how do I know which one to focus on? Who is right if it's all a conspiracy? It's not fact. It's a conspiracy.
There are.
And so which one am I? Which rabbit hole am I supposed to go down? Rabbits multiply like God knows. So which hole should I focus on?
Yeah. So when in the criminal system, when you're being indicted, they'll say conspiracy to blah blah blah. Right. So conspiracy in that context is people getting together. Hey, my team and your team are going to get together and we're going to go do this thing, and it's illegal.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy.
Sure.
So that is the context of it. We've taken that kind of language and we've applied it to other areas that are maybe less criminal. But the criminality part of it comes in when you start having people that are being victimized and being hurt, or just, put in positions to be taken advantage of.
Who am I supposed to be watching that's happening to? As me in my everyday life.
So what you do is just be informed.
Okay, I'm informed
and aware.
Who am I? Am I informative about?
If I tell you, hey, someone outside is killing Monties, you probably want to.
People
you're gonna want to know that.
People that are named Monty.
People that are named Monty.
I definitely want to know that.
You know what I mean?
Even though that's not my real name, but I want to know who the hell. Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. Or people with letter, like whatever. The conspiracy may not affect you personally, but it is going to affect your reality because we are all connected. Here's the woo-woo of it. Like, what happens to your neighbor?
I get that.
What happens to your neighbor is happening to you.
No. I totally understand the understanding of community. I was Parks and Rec's a coordinator for almost 15 years. Community has to do more with the flow of human behavior more than you know, especially when it comes to activity. Being a sports coordinator, nothing brings people more together as opposed to politics and religion like sports. People love sports, especially seeing their kids play. So I understand that community, bringing people together. I get it more than you know. But what I don't like about manipulating community is telling them one thing when I know it's a lie. And you're trying to steer community in a certain direction, but then you don't want, I have a perfect example. I want everybody to play, when it came to me being a sports coordinator, everybody should play at equal time, even at the detriment of the team losing. I didn't understand that, but that's what parents wanted.
Right.
They don't care that the team's gonna lose, but just make sure everybody gets to play equal time. Well, do you want to win, or do you want everybody to play?
You do understand there's conspiracy in everything.
That's what I'm saying.
So even in the aspect of sports,
Oh man,
oh my God, it was huge. That's what I'm saying. That
you have sports betting, right?
It is unbelievable.
What is out of control right now.
By the way, destroyed it. I mean, I have seen this when it was called Fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
It's
watching.
a fantasy.
Yeah. What it's called Fantasy, right? And I'm like watching these guys that make 60-yard field goals miss like 5 yards, and I'm like, wait a minute, he only makes $1 million a year, like $100,000 in his pocket, and then we find out like all these guys that were conspiring. By the way, here's the best part: is I had to learn this because I don't understand sports, because they're like, oh, you don't have to lose a game, you just have to not.
You can bet on anything now.
But
MLB
5
rebounds.
Play something. A pitcher, he just got indicted for like 48 games.
Yeah, because
he was shaving and he was throwing certain pitches.
It was
That bait,
slower, right.
That's what they're betting on now. So this conspiracy, and then it's like, who do you vote? There's so much of it, and it's like, well, who do you know to trust? You think a guy's doing the right thing, and then you don't know. Then it's just too much to process.
I said that you gotta get a passport. You gotta get out of this country and see how things run in other countries. Like you were saying, like, where do I take the time? I had a German couple, a friend of mine. He's like, oh, we after we played a gig, he's like, I've got to go pick up my wife, and then they get on the train, and I have a conversation with my wife on the train. We pick up our children, then they go to the museum. I'm like, as you should. Right, go to the museum and then go to the park with your kids, and I'm like on the public transport. I'm like, oh my God, they're like living their real life, man. And, you get back here and you're like, oh, dude, I'm a piece of garbage with them sitting here on the TV all day, right?
I love how you went to the German accent when we played. That's beautiful, man. You're great. But yeah, you're right. No, I think we're just all mentally drained after the day. Just want to go home and just veg out and just look at a screen and just check out. You're right. As opposed to this couple here, let's go to the museum. Let's go to the park. Let's have a day together. Let's cultivate our unity as a family. And we ain't doing that. I don't know what's going on. Why in America it's just all about drive, go, hard, achieve, make money, make wealth, achieve, acquisition, get things.
Yeah.
And then I can remember one time it rained. And I actually looked up and I noticed the mountains. I'm like, holy shit. I had forgotten to even just look up.
Yeah. Wow.
And to notice my landscape. I'm just head down, do my thing, get to my job, get to whatever endeavor I'm trying to do this, as opposed to looking up and enjoying the journey of life. And to seeing what I'm looking at and the beauty of the world I'm living in. Why we Americans are just so driven to just achieve and to acquire, that we're just, and then we look up and we're 50, and I'm like, I don't even know what was it all for, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing anymore.
We have to do a podcast nor have this kind of conversation. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
We should be able to go to a restaurant and not be forced out, right? Like you do in Europe. You just sit down, drink my coffee, have these engaging conversations about politics, whatever, without anybody coming over.
You said it without being forced out.
So you're right. Yeah. You have these engaging conversations about,
but having the courage to do it.
Right.
Yes.
And you're talking about like the whole gay community thing. Let me tell you something. This is another thing that really talk about conspiracies. You notice that they're talking about drugs and violence and all this other stuff. You notice that there is no all these festivals and all these events that are happening on the EDM scene, right? No violence, plenty of drugs. No one's shutting that down, right?
Yeah.
Right. No one's asking where the money's coming from, right?
Yeah.
Right. But come this election, let me tell you, they're going to be that's where the free thinking people, where you get the trans community, where you get the people who are gay, people who are thinking outside the box, they're going to be shutting these things down 100%. Let me tell you. That's why I've always said that one of the things that he goes back to what he was saying about like why you don't see shooting at schools. Same thing. When I used to do events, I never searched or wanted anybody because
Yeah.
right. And I would have no gun incidents, even, any of the hip hop nights that we did, because you know what? You're not going to pull out a gun if you don't know who has a gun in this fucking place, right? The only time that somebody pull out a gun is when they snuck it in to the club after they've been metal detected and they know that they snuck in some shit through the VIP, right? It's the same thing. It's like you have to understand that they are doing everything to divide us as a community. Talk about this how this affects me and this affects me. And I honestly, like, even the stupid Super Bowl, like, the whole like halftime show, like, you should have been then but talk about the fucking game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
do you guys? I feel like that's a distraction. Like some of those things, even sports. That's another conspiracy I got. Like a lot of this stuff is just a distraction.
Yeah.
Just to go ahead and create an archetype for you, put you there. This is what you're gonna do. Now go root for that team. We don't got to worry about you anymore. You're not gonna be disruptive.
My jersey, yeah.
Yeah. But I want to ask you guys both of you these questions, and then we're gonna wrap up here in a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll start with you, Monty. You talked about a lot of issues. I want to hear about what you feel are some solutions to these things. And my second part, you can welcome to answer these back to back. I don't think I've ever asked you this, but what do you feel like metaphysically is happening, like on Earth? Like, what do you like? Were you sent here by Jesus? Do you have a soul? Did you have a soul before you got here? And you what do you feel like metaphysically is happening for you in this realm?
Right.
Or have you thought about that?
You said we're live, but I know I've talked about that on my own podcast, Doctrine Unbound.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of religious guys on, and we talked about religion and the origins and what we're really here for, why we're here, what was God's mindset. We're trying to figure it out. We can't. He's a higher understanding and being.
Yeah.
But your first part of your question, I'm sorry, what was it again?
What are a solution? Some solutions.
Solutions. Okay, you know what? As my man here was talking, you know what I've come to realize when it comes to people? People just want to be understood and heard. And people want other people to relate to them. We want each other's attention.
Yeah.
Everyone's always talking about, I don't care what you think. That's not true. We all care what somebody thinks of us because we want that person to like us and to love us. And all we really want as human beings is to love the ones we love.
Right.
At the paramount, we just want to be loved by the ones we love. And then secondary is to be empathetic to the rest of us. I think that's what throughout the ages we've been trying to connect. Maybe we had an understanding of the Tower of Babel, and that's why God's like, I'm gonna make you guys not all talk the same. Because we had unity. Look what we were doing. We were all unified. We were building towers to the heavens. Okay, beside the point, religious off that. What humanity has always wanted, no matter the gender, is to be heard and understood and to be loved and respected. Think about it. Every issue humanity's ever had is because of one of those issues, and you don't feel one of those things.
Yeah.
From someone you're dealing with. I don't feel loved, respected, heard, seen. And then you feel slighted. And then for some reason, humans our default emotion is always anger and aggression.
Yes.
And if you're not hearing me, I'll fucking kill you. Calm down, man. Damn. I'm sorry. All right. What you got to say? That's what it always comes down to. Whether it's man to man, woman to woman, and then the dynamic of sexual tension. I love you. You don't love me. I'll kill you. We just want to be heard. We just want to be loved by the ones we love. That's it.
Okay.
Metaphysical, Jesus and all that stuff.
Yeah. What do you feel about that, man?
I I don't know.
Jesus is an example. Like it don't have to be
put it out
Jesus.
there on the internet to say what I really believe about
Say what you really believe.
who we are as a species and why we're here.
Yes.
Now I'm not gonna do it.
We'll get back to that. I'm not gonna let you slide. We'll get back to that though.
Because the older I'm getting, oh my God, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Okay, I
I've
do
grown
accept
up
that
in
as
the
an answer
church. I've
too.
grown up in the church.
Yeah.
I know the Bible very well, very well.
Yes.
I got questions. It's just not adding up. It's just not adding up.
It's tough.
Something's not right here. Something is not right.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. We'll follow up on that journey, man. I love that answer.
Right, man.
My man here.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean,
just if any solution overarching what you feel solution.
well, here's what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So AI is gonna take 20% of all white collar jobs in the next 2 years, right? And it's gonna be doctors, lawyers.
Hard skill jobs.
Oh yeah. These are and
Yeah.
So because it's affecting, here's what's even crazier is that I've watched it take away gig workers, right? They just couldn't live with people just, getting a side hustle, like whether it's Uber, right? They were like, oh, little robots that can deliver that we don't have to pay them. First of all, you're already driving people around. You're paying the insurance. You're paying the maintenance on your car, and they're doing absolutely nothing for you, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They said, you know what? We're going to go with driverless cars. We're going to go with robots that'll deliver. And by the way, the company that you helped build up, right? These corporations. So once that 20% of these skilled jobs are gone, thanks to AI, that you're going to have this fundamental problem where people are going to have to start talking about universal income, right? So we're either going to use all the money that goes into our taxes, or like this is the whole us versus them thing, right? Should that money be used to help people in our society or fund the military industrial complex, right? What we should have an accounting where that money is going. And I think that's going to start happening like quicker than you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think one of the solutions is going to be, we're going to have to just stop getting into these foreign wars. Right. And just start bringing all our focus back to our community and people around us, and how do we fix that?
Yeah. Yeah. What about metaphysically, man? What do you feel is happening here on Earth?
I mean, I had this conversation about gold, right?
Anunnaki?
Yeah. We're gonna have to come to grips with. There are things that have been here, and that, first of all, the biggest lesson right now is going to be that your history that you've been taught is completely false. All of it. That's probably, there was a society here that was doing very, very well before any of us.
Yeah.
That had technology and had a way of living, and in an instant it was gone. Whether it was a cataclysmic
flood.
Yeah. It was a flood that was caused by a meteorite or a comet or whatever it is.
Ice melting.
Or in the case of August 12th, 2026.
No, what happened? What's going to happen? That hasn't happened yet.
Oh God!
What is that part of the Mayan calendar?
Don't do it. All right, guys.
Here we go. Oh damn!
I'm gonna hedge my bet that it's gonna happen. So whatever.
Oh shoot! It's already popping in there. Something's happening with gravity.
Yeah, we're gonna lose gravity for 7 seconds.
People gonna float off like.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How high are we? 50 feet? 100 feet?
I'm gonna stay indoors and wear a seatbelt.
So if you read about this, is actually, so it won't disappear, but they're saying that there's gonna be loose gravity.
Yeah, because there's already pockets of loose gravity on our planet already.
May I ask who is saying this? Where's this coming from?
But it sounds like the whole electric.
No, it's so there's
something else.
Yeah, go ahead and read. Yeah, there's. If you look at Wikipedia, there you go.
Total solar eclipse crosses Greenland, Iceland, North Atlantic. Let's see, major viewing opportunities. Let's see. So there's like an event horizon, like something's kind of pushing through us or pushing through something.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
FIFA
Cup games. I guess that's not it. All right, so looks like there's gonna be something to see as far as an eclipse or something as well.
Right, but it'll affect us gravitationally. I mean, like you remember, like if it's an EMP, there won't be. You remember, like you only need a M5 or higher class EMP or a solar flare.
Yeah, knock everything out.
And why is it always doom and gloom? Why is it always a bad thing that's gonna happen? And we're looking forward to this horrific thing happening, and we're all scared it's gonna happen. You know, the Maya calendar, all the doom and gloom.
Ask yourself a real question.
It's
Like,
always doom and gloom.
how long do you give your neighbors and people around you without electricity before they turn into zombies?
The Twilight Zone episode. You're right. They're gonna go crazy. But why are we looking for it and then the fear of it? And we're like, I'm worried. I don't know. And they have this anxiety. I don't know.
It's not if, it's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but why are we living in the when? I mean, should we be in this fear all the time? It's always fear. Fear, fear, fear.
Do you feel it's fear or is it preparation?
Okay, that's a very good question. Preparation as opposed to fear. Now, if it never happens, you went through all that trouble and you earned extra money. I actually got a friend, buddy of mine. I like the guy very much. He's very well off. He has a doomsday shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And he has shown me this shelter. And he is stocked for 2 years. Water, food, clothes, weaponry. And he is prepared. And he has devoted a significant amount of his resources to this preparation. Now, if he dies,
Yeah.
and it never happens, all that fear and angst and worry and resources he devoted to that thing, it never happened in his lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So what, is he going to now put that onto his son or his daughter or his next generation? That same anxiety, that same fear, and that same, let's devote more resources to what he's, when does it stop with the fear?
How do you know he
And,
does not
it's
love
not
it?
preparation.
Right.
It's almost like saying that I'm preparing for death.
What if he
What's
loves
gonna
it?
happen?
What if he loves building the doomsday thing?
That wasn't a
Loves
thing. It wasn't.
preparing.
It wasn't a love thing.
How far is what he's talking
So
about?
now you're changing it up.
And people-
Nice.
Well, no, I just want to know, like,
Who loves preparing for a doomsday?
There's
so now my wife, she's a prepper.
right.
She loves.
And I love this. This brings me joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you know what? And then if you create a restaurant, it's called Farm to Table, right?
Oh yeah, that's one of them
It's
too.
called Farm to Table. Like, you know, people that raise their own. Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
same thing.
It's a lifestyle.
See, this is what makes me just be discouraged about. There was some divine understanding to what humanity's purpose is. We're freaking nuts.
All right.
And we keep going on
We're
and
gonna
on
wrap
and
up
on.
here.
These crazy conspiracy theories.
Tell people about where they can find. Well, we got to talk about that. Your podcast,
Doctrine Unbound.
Doctrine Unbound.
Right.
You guys want some more Monty?
The human species is insane.
Make sure you get his books, guys. Do you have any gigs coming up?
Yeah, I've got a couple of gigs up. Plus, I'm doing the comedy night with Naveen.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You doing some time on stage?
Yeah. I've done a couple.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm doing co-hosting that. I've got
Oh,
an
dope.
EP coming out, and you can find me at DJ Emil 808 or on DJ Emil Bandcamp.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Good luck. God bless.
Oh, rude.
All right.
I mean,